Before I start the video, there's something really important I want to ask you guys to do for me. Um, I'm putting this at the beginning because I want to make sure everyone remembers to do this. But even if you want to stop the video right now and do this, it would be great. If you have an Instagram, and I know there's a few of you that are actually following me on Instagram, it's preferably an Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram and you have another social media, you can do it on there too. But post like a picture of yourself doing this, like with a heart, and put it under the hashtag love not hate. I want to see if I can start a movement, and that's really important pertaining to this video, what I'm about to like kind of talk about. So what I'm talking about today, you may have actually heard of this. There's actually national attention on my school recently, Lakeville South High School. You may have actually heard about this. Sean King, the popular writer, actually posted this. It got a lot of retweets. But there was a very unfortunate event that happened at my school on Monday. And what happened was someone put racist and anti-Semitic graffiti on one of the bathroom stalls in my school bathroom. And you may have heard about this, and until now you probably didn't know that that was my school. But before I even start talking about this, I want to just kind of defend my school a little bit, because this is such an isolated incident. I want you guys to know this, because my school has absolutely zero toleration for this kind of stuff. All of us were shocked to hear this. Nothing like this has ever happened before. So I don't want you to think that my school is some bad school or anything. Like, it was taken down within 10 minutes of it happening, and the person was caught. They did a completely thorough investigation to find out who it was, and that person is facing the consequences. So I want everyone to understand that my school has no toleration for this. It's not something that usually happens at my school. It was one isolated incident that one person did, so I just want to make sure that what happened there doesn't like reflect my whole school as a whole, because that does not reflect my school. I wanted to talk about this for a long time, and this kind of did spark that. You know, this isn't tying into the whole PewDiePie thing at all. This is more just the United States, the world in general. This happens to kids, I feel, more than adults, because we don't realize, how much it does, but it happens with adults too. And adults and kids will make jokes, like racist jokes or something, and they won't realize how much of an impact it actually has. If you're a high schooler, you know what I'm talking about. There's really no way to get around it. You might not actually make those jokes, but you know what I'm talking about. You've at least been exposed to it to some degree. And as kids, as young adults anyway, at least, we don't really realize the implications of that. And I know we're going to look back on this years into our lives, look back on this and realize just how much those jokes meant. Because at the time, it doesn't really matter, right? You're just making a joke, and the person might be laughing even that you're making fun of, but inside they aren't really laughing. These kind of jokes really, they take a toll on people more than you would expect. And this is coming from a high schooler who's actually, firsthand experienced this. Especially at my school, because like the city I live in is not very diverse. Like, the vast majority of my school is like all white, and this has nothing to do with like anything other than just that's the way my city's always been. There's really no like actual reason for that, but pretty much any racial group in my school is the vast minority. The problem with that is that we've never actually been exposed to actual problems involving these jokes that we're making. When you're not involved in these actual situations where there's a lot of races around you, and it's kind of tough to know how much your words are actually meaning. And when we're not actually around those people, it's easier to make jokes about them. And that's not what I'm about. And I hope that that's not what people are about at all. I really wish that that's not the way it was. But it is the way it is. That is the way it is sometimes. And it's really, really tough to grasp that. Because like I said before, we don't really know what we're doing. You know, sometimes we say things that we might regret later and we don't even know that they're wrong. And that applies to so many things, even beyond race. But specifically to race, it's like, would you like someone making those jokes about you? Like, to be perfectly honest, like, sure, you may say, oh, this person's cool, so if they make a joke about me and my race, I'm gonna laugh along with it. But deep down inside, you know that that hurts you, and anything you say to someone will hurt them to some degree. And that's what people don't realize, that the implications of what you say just totally outweigh the immediate reaction to that. So yeah, that's why the whole issue at my school was such a big deal, because nothing like this has happened at my school, anywhere around my school, like, for the longest time. I live in, like, the safest community with the best people you'll ever meet. So for this to happen is very shocking, and I just needed to use this to try to spread some love and to kind of show that despite all the things that are happening in the world right now, there's always going to be people who are advocating for love. There's always going to be more people advocating for love, because people tend to focus, like, in the news, like, they tend to focus on the bad things that are happening in the world. But most people are good people, and most things that happen are good. People need to get this out there, and that's why I'm making this video. People need to get it out there that jokes aren't just jokes, you know? They have implications that last longer than the immediate reaction, and that's why I thought this video was so important. And that's why I didn't make a video Wednesday, and I'm making a video today. I'm not going to upload until Sunday or maybe even Monday, because I want this to kind of soak in. So I just thought this was really important to make. Again, if you didn't notice at the beginning of the video, please post under that hashtag love not hate, and that would just be so influential. I want to see if I can, you know, start something, like, open people's eyes to what is really important. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope this opened your eyes, and I will see you on the flip side.